Okay, I'm going to show you how and why to replace this GFI. I'm talking on my camera. Okay, I push the test button and the reset button. You hear it? It doesn't pop. So this GFI is defective, so we're going to have to unscrew it from the wall here. Take our cover off. And we'll save our cover because we're going to put a new cover on it. Now we're going to unscrew it from our box. We used Phillips screws. And we have spacers on here because the box is recessed back in the wall some, so we're going to take them out. Get our little spacer out of here. Okay, so that is our spacer here. I don't want to lose it. And we only have a black, a white, and a ground. So we will unhook our neutral first. I'll just take the screw all the way out to make it easier. What I like about the new GFI we have, you put the wires in the hole in the back, and we will just tighten the pressure plate on it, so you don't have to wrap the wires around the screw. So our white is the neutral. So we'll just take our screws out here. So this is our defective one here. It has screw terminals. So we're going to get our brand new one out. This one we use a Robertson screwdriver, and you'll see where it says line and load. We're going to close the load screws because we do not need to use them because we're only hooking it up solo. Okay, now we put our ground wire. I'm just going to close the door because they're talking on the phone. Okay, so we'll take our needle nose pliers. We'll get our ground wire opened up here. We'll put it down here on the bottom. This is our black wire is our live wire. So we'll open it up. We'll get our wire all nice and straight here. Okay, next we'll take our GFI receptacle, and you'll see here there is a strip gauge, so we'll hold it up to our strip gauge, and we'll cut a little shorter. There's our strip gauge right there. It's still slightly long, so I'll just take a tiny smidgen off there. Okay, that's the perfect length. We'll do the same with our white wire here. Hold it up to our strip gauge, and we'll clip it on the length of our strip gauge here, and that's what we want. So we'll put our ground wire under the green screw here. Hook our hot wire up last. So we'll get it straight here, so we get it under our pressure plate the way we want it. We're going to use our Robertson screwdriver because they're not Phillips screws, even though they look like Phillips screws. You know, these Robertson screws will tear up your Phillips screwdrivers. Okay, so I make sure my wire is under the pressure plate all the way. Make sure it's tight. And I see my copper coming up to the end there. Okay, now we'll put our white wire in the back, get it up under the pressure plate all the way. We'll tighten it up all the way here. Make sure it's tight, like that. Then we'll take our black wire. And when we put this in, we're going to push our wire, hold our ground wire to stay down here on the bottom. So I'll bring our black wire over, put it in the hole here. Make sure it's under the pressure plate all the way like that. And we'll just tighten our screw. This has two holes here in case you're going off to something else that does not have to be GFI protected. Same with the top, you can go off with another set of wires that is GFI protected. So now we can put our device back into our box. We're going to keep our ground wire down away from everything here. And we'll put our screws back in. And we got to get our spacers back in here. Okay, the top was this one. The top one does not need to be as long as the bottom one is. So we'll use our Robertson screwdriver for the top one. And we're going to have to use our longer screw for the bottom one because our box is lopsided. We have to have a double spacer here. So I'm just going to get my screw out of here. So take that out. We'll get our spacer in here like this. Put our screw through here. We're going into a plastic box here. And we'll just screw it into our box. And we'll just tighten it down snug against the box. Tighten our top one. It's tight. Tight. Now we'll test it. The little yellow light means it's stripped, so we'll turn it on, test it. So we know this GFI I just put in does work. And now we can just stick our cover back on. So that is why and how to replace a GFI receptacle here in the country I was born in.